Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Wild Wolf, and welcome back to Hold On To Your Butts. Today's coverage for the Steam Summer Getaway Sale. Let's hop right in. First on the agenda is the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Legendary Edition. So this is, of course, Skyrim. Everybody knows Skyrim. It's won over 200 Game of the Year awards. It's got amazing reviews across the board. Came out, this version of it came out on June 4th, and what this is the game of Skyrim and all of the DLC that's available for it. So the game being just under 2 years old, it still, in my opinion, doesn't really show any age. It looks great, it plays great, it's super fun. The DLC that it comes with is Dawnguard, which is the vampire DLC, Dragonborn, and Hearthfire. Now, you're saving about $7.47 when you buy it in the Legendary Edition, instead of just buying it all by itself. Buying it out piecemeal. The Hearthfire DLC, all it really does is adds houses, which, I don't really care about that, but a lot of people do. And even then, if you were to exclude that from the price, you're still saving more money buying it in the Legendary Edition. It's 40% off at $35.99. This game is fantastic. I would recommend definitely picking it up. It's not a great deep discount, but it's definitely worth the price of admission. Moving on, Train Simulator 2013, dear Lord. So this game is a train sim, which to me, I don't understand playing train sims. It seems like you're on rails. You don't turn. You go from one place to another, and that's it. It just doesn't seem a whole lot of fun to me. But it's 80% off today, $10.99. That's pretty good. And this game does have an obscene amount of DLC. And by obscene, I mean if you wanted to buy every single piece of DLC that's available for the game at the discount that's available today, because everything that's DLC for this game is currently available on a discount. So if you were to buy it all, every single piece, you'd be paying just over, let's see if I've got my math right, yeah. So just over $1,259 for every piece of content that you could possibly get for Train Simulator 2013. That being said, I've never played this game, so it might blow me away if I were to take a look at it. For $10.99, I just might. I doubt it. You might have to hold a gun to my head to get me to do it. But 80% off is a really, really deep discount. It's actually the deepest discount of any game we have today. I still wouldn't recommend buying the game. It's a train simulator, for the love of God. Buy a model train set if you want one. It'll still save you above the $1,259 price. I mean, you won't get every single piece of equipment like the, let's see, some of the stuff that's available is the DBBR 232, which is, I'm guessing it's a diesel locomotive, a former Soviet diesel locomotive. I don't get it. I really don't. Let's move on before I get some hate for that. Awesome Knots. Game has some flaws, for sure, but I think this game is awesome. It's technically it's a MOBA, but it plays a little different than a lot of other MOBAs that I've played before. Art style is really cool. I think it's pretty darn fantastic. Metacritic score for this game is 78 out of 100. So you know, you'd seen better. And also, if you bought all the DLC for this one, you'd be spending about $40 for the game. Now that being said, the DLC for this one is like skins and different characters and whatnot. Now the cool part about this game is the voice acting for some of the characters in the game was done by some really top-notch YouTubers, which I think is fantastic. You got Simon Lane from the Ozcast, voices a character in the game. You've got Jesse Cox, and you've also got John Dane, or Total Biscuit, also voices a character in the game. There's a bunch more people that do voices for it, but I think, you know, that's really darn cool that you get that. The first game I ever heard a YouTuber do voice for in the game, or in a game, was Dwarves, when they had Simon do the tutorial voice, which was pretty darn groovy. But this one, Jesse Cox voices Genji, John Dane, or Total Biscuit, voices Vinny and Spike, and Simon voices Skoldeer. Now, these characters are not available right away, but you can unlock them and buy them. The game is 66% off at $3.39. Even if you're not going to put any money into it, that's a really cool price for such a, for in my opinion, such a good game. Trials Evo Gold Edition. Oh, snap, son. So Trials Evo is a super addicting game that I played on the Xbox, and was really looking forward to playing on the PC when it came out. But owning it on the Xbox, I couldn't really justify spending another $20 just to get it on the on the PC. Now they do say it's been optimized and enhanced for PC. I don't know what that means. I've never played it on PC. I don't know what the Gold Edition means. But that being said, the game is super fun. It's a stunt racing game where you have to control the balance of your character, and you do like crazy flips and stunts. It's just a good game. It was super fun on the Xbox, and I imagine it'd be super fun on the PC. I would probably recommend using a controller for it, but then again, I haven't played on the PC, so it might have solid controls on the PC, but it really feels, playing the Xbox version, that it would be more optimized to play with a controller. The game is 50% off today at $9.99. It also has a Metacritic score, by the way, of 85 out of 100. Sid Meier's Civilization 5. I actually just started playing this game. I've got 10 hours into it now, and finished my first little playthrough Civilization. I was America, not by choice, but by virtue of what it picked for me, and I won. Got to 2050, so I didn't win any decisive victory, but I did own an entire continent for myself, so that was pretty good. This is available on both Mac and PC, which I think is fantastic. It means I can carry it around with me on my laptop. The expansion Brave New World just came out. That is not on sale, but the game itself is 75% off. How cool is that? That's that's a deep discount. Now, a lot of people prefer Civ 4 to Civ 5. I'm not one of them. I think Civ 5 is fantastic, and I didn't play a whole lot of Civ 4, and I am admittedly pretty late to the game for Civ 5, but it did still score a Metacritic score of 90 out of 100, and yeah, 75% off at $7.49. I don't know that you could beat that either for Civ 5. Pretty darn good. Metro Last Light. This game just came out. It's the sequel to Metro 2033, which I have and have played roughly 10 minutes of. It's graphically just stunning. One of the best looking games I've ever seen. Word of warning, there is some graphic nudity in the game, for sure. So if you're younger or doing a YouTube playthrough, you might want to be on the watch for that graphic nudity. The game is just over 2 months old, and at 40% off. That's just sweet. That's I'm definitely gonna pick this one up at $29.99. That being said, as usual, $29.99 is a lot of money to plunk down on a game. So I would, take a look at some of the reviews, take a look at some of the reasons why some people had issues with it. I haven't played it yet. I've played through maybe about 15 minutes of it, but I don't own it yet. I will be picking it up today for sure. Just because it's I just got a new PC and I like to throw everything that I can at it. It's at 40% off at $29.99 today. I mean, it's brand new, so 40% off is an amazing thing that they've actually done there. Giving you $20 off of a brand new game is pretty darn cool. Dungeons & Dragons Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. I played Baldur's Gate a long time ago. I think it was like 1999. I was 18 years old. This game is really old. The requirements for it are super low. It requires a 1 GHz processor and 512 mega RAM. That being said, this is the enhanced edition. So they've upgraded the graphics, given it a little bit of a spit shine. Not a whole lot. They say it's running on an upgraded and improved version of the Infinity engine. So I'm guessing it's a little smoother and a little more polished. It definitely, for sure, looks its age. I think. But that being said, the gameplay is fantastic. It's super. I mean, it's Baldur's Gate. People back in the day it was 8.5 across the board. Now with people being so used to amazing graphics and gameplay to match, it might be hard to introduce some of the younger folk to this game. But if you can, and if you can get past the semi-dated graphics, it's just a good game. EVE Online. So I would call this less of an MMORPG and more of a massively multiplayer online economic simulator, because that's the fun part of the game. Space travel is okay and everything, but the fun and ridiculously complicated economics are what seem to draw most people to the game. So it looks like after the first month of having this, I thought you might let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but I thought they removed the subscription fee from this game. It appears I am completely wrong. It looks like after the first month, it's $14.95 a month, or if you buy 3 months, you save 13%, 6 months, you save 20%, and 12 months, you save 27%. But the first month, I guess, is free. Yeah, first month is free. I really swear that they removed the subscription from this game. So, MMORPG.com in 2011 gave this game a Player's Choice for Game of the Year. It's an MMO. Everybody knows my issues with MMOs. They're just major time sinks, and they very rarely have the payoff that you're looking for. WoW was my major time sink. I put a lot of time into that. I've also put a ridiculous amount of time into EVE, however, too. PvP, they've got a couple of different types of PvP in this game, and that can be pretty cool, but the big drive behind for me for this game was the economy, and building up your corporate infrastructure. I thought that was really cool. Also, the expansions are free, and apparently, the way they have it set up now, what I'm reading here is established players can eventually pay for their game time with in-game money they earn while playing. So, I guess that's pretty cool. I don't know. It's EVE. Talk to someone else that's played EVE that maybe has less of a MMO bias than I do. I'd pass. Monaco, however, I would not pass on. This game, though it looks like a giant pile of ass, is absolutely super fun. I would definitely recommend, the multiplayer part of this game. It's a co-op heist game. You can also do it in single player, but it's just not as fun. It's another one of those games that are just not as fun without 4 of your friends sitting around and playing the game. It's got a lot of cool characters in it. There's the locksmith, the pickpocket, the lockout, the cleaner, the mole, the gentleman, the redhead, and the hacker. It's also got local co-op and overland co-op, so that's definitely cool. But it's just a really good game. It's not pretty. Your characters are little blocky guys that move around the screen, but it is definitely super fun gameplay. Rev3 Games actually called it quite possibly the best co-op ever. I don't know if I could go that far, but it is absolutely brilliant. It's a super cool game. I would highly recommend that if you do not have this in your Steam library at 50% off, $7.44, it's definitely a must pick up for sure. Moving on, we've got Grid 2. 40% off, $29.99. First off, it's a brand new game. It's less than a month and a half old, it's less than 2 months old. And that being said, it's a racing game. I'm not into racing games, and this one only got a 80 out of 100, which is okay. I mean, it's better than average for sure, but it's not, it's not blowing up any skirts in terms of its gameplay. That being said, it's 40% off. If you're really into racers, you might want to pick it up. The graphics are beautiful. It is a really nice looking game. But I can't recommend a racer because I am me and I don't like racers. I don't like racing games. It's just not my style. I like kart games, but not racing games. Alright, top 3 for today, in my opinion, would have to be the Skyrim up here at the top. Legendary Edition. Even though it's $35.99, that's an amazing price for Skyrim and all of its DLC. Trials Evo for sure. That game is brilliant, and Awesome Knots at 66% off, $3.39. You're not going to be able to beat that price. So that is the hold on to your butts for today, July 19th, day 8, I believe. I missed yesterday. I was a little busy with work, but hopefully I will not miss tomorrow, and we'll continue on through the end of this sale. Thank you very much, and have yourself a great day.